Ooh, the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix completely proving Nick Wright wrong. And it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Let's take a listen and see what he had to say about this game. His prediction.
7.5-point dog that can win outright. There is no reason in the world for the Broncos to be favored by more than a touchdown against a team with a pulse. They took a miracle for them to beat the Titans by 8. Every other game's been close and they've lost. And the Bengals can move the ball. Now, Browning, if you include yards on interceptions, he's got a ton of yards on all these. The Bengals can win this game. The Bengals certainly can stay within a touchdown. The Bengals, 7.5-point dogs, it's insane. Bengals plus 7.5. And
really? The Bengals can move the ball? They just had the biggest lopsided game. They had 159 total yards. The Denver Broncos had 512. The game was not even close. 28-3. The Bengals got in the Broncos territory once. The opening drive, that was it, and it was for a field goal. The Bengals were 2 for 11 on third down. The Broncos were 8 for 14. Bo Nix absolutely balling. He easily could have had over 400 yards, as they talked about in the broadcast, as Troy Aikman said. But he'll have to just settle for 326 yards, 29 for 42, 326 yards, 7.8 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, and a 97.9 passer rating. And then, of course, the run game. I mean, listen, that run game didn't really erupt until like near the end of the game when they obviously just had all the momentum. But 16 for 101 carries, 6.3 yards per carry. RJ Harvey, 14 carries for 58 yards. Marvin Mims, that was a beautiful run for him with that touchdown. I mean, look at this. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He targeted 10 different receivers. I mean, it was just a beautiful game. I mean, this is what happens. The take that we just got from Nick when he's like, the fact that the Broncos are favored anyone with a pulse. This is just what happens when you let when you're trying so hard to convince the football world that Bo Nix is just an awful quarterback, that the Denver Broncos are just a bad team. You convince yourself that the Cincinnati Bengals with a backup quarterback can win this game outright. And then you get a score 28-3. And again, this score, it could have been 35. I mean, it could have been 42. I mean, seriously, some of the throws that Bo Nix was making, there was, what did there end up being, 4 or 5 drops in this game? I mean, some of the throws that he was making, we talk about a frozen rope, a laser, the one throw that was dropped. I think it was Mims or Franklin dropped it. At this point, I forget. Now, I meant to write it down. It was just, I mean, he was just making high level throws. But my favorite play of the game, and this shows the growth of Bo Nix, when he abandoned that play fake, as Troy Aikman pointed out, he abandoned that play fake and he just did the quick throw to hit Franklin. That is such an underrated play, and a play that won't really be discussed that much. Because again, we think of the big throws. We think of the big touchdown plays. I mean, Bo Nix had a lot of them. He was making some beautiful throws on the run, rolling out. Really impressive. But it's actually that moment that's impressive. Because he saw it. He read the defense. He understood what was happening pre-snap, post-snap. And then he made a decision on the fly. Man, I don't need this fake. I'm going to hit my guy right now. That's high-level football. That's not easy to do in year 2. You in year 2, 3, and beyond, like, you're just trying to just be like, oh, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This was the play. This was the plan. This is what we practiced. This is what coach tells me to do. And you just become a robot. And listen, I'm the type of player that I like to be a robot. I want to be a robot in that moment, and then just let my instincts kind of take over. But I like to be robotic when I'm playing. I don't like to think a whole lot. That's just not my style. But Bo Nix calculating everything at a high level, and the confidence and the mastery to do so. That's a lot of the stuff that Tom Brady did. It just is. I'm not saying Bo Nix is Tom Brady. I'm not saying that. But it's a lot of those little things. A lot of those little things. And so that was actually one of my favorite parts of this whole game, even though it was like a tiny little thing. It was a quick pass. I think Franklin ended up getting around like 10 yards on that. You know, it was nothing crazy. It didn't turn into this massive 45-yard play, but a little thing like that shows the progress. And if you listen to the broadcast where they said, I was talking to Sean Payton, and he said the connection on the deep balls is 50th on my list right now. Everyone was freaking out. Oh, he's missing these passes. That's, first off, he knows those passes are going to come, number one. They're off the fingertips, number two. And number three, they're kind of the least important aspect of winning football. Everyone thinks that it's just like that's how you win games. It's just not. It's really not. Those plays are great, and those plays are needed in moments, but it's not at the top of the list. But, I mean, this game was also, I mean, listen, I wrote all these notes, and now these notes just feel useless because they won 28-3. Like, I could talk about all the situational aspect, and, like, you know, I wouldn't be hyping this game as much, but they needed this big win. It was a high-level game to play. And the fact that, again, you have people who are trying to convince themselves, people are trying to decide, should Bo Nix be benched? Are we serious right now? Bo Nix is not that good of a quarterback. Bo Nix is Mac Jones. The Denver Broncos can lose to Jake Browning and the Cincinnati Bengals. Jake Browning can move the ball on this Denver Broncos defense. Like, that's the nonsense that I'm always pushing up against. Like, that's the nonsense. At halftime, Bo Nix, 17 for 26, 217 yards, a touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. And in the graphic that they also showed, through the first 20 starts, Bo Nix for the Denver Broncos, second in completion percentage, second in passing touchdown, and second in passing rating. He's second to only none other than Peyton Manning. We're trying to pretend and act like he hasn't been great. Man, we get a lot of nonsense takes throughout the season. A lot of nonsense takes. Trying to make fun and downplay who Bo Nix is and what this Denver Broncos team can become is at the top of the list of some of the most ridiculous takes we experience throughout the season. Trying to pretend like the Cincinnati Bengals were going to win this game outright has to be one of the most ridiculous takes I've heard all season long. And that's what happens. You get desperate when you say take the Bengals as 7.5 point underdogs. That's desperation. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Denver Broncos proving some people wrong about what the Broncos can achieve? I mean, listen, this shouldn't have been a prove doubters wrong because this is a layup for the Denver Broncos, but the fact that people really genuinely were concerned that the Broncos and Bo Nix and Sean Payton were going to be able to win this game convincingly, I guess that's where we're at right now, man. That's where we're at. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. It's whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.